we interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Apparently, I had a lot to say on this topic, and during editing, I realized that I was not going to be able to make this into a reasonable length, one-shot video if I did not break it down into two separate parts. So this is part one, and part two will be following shortly. Thank you.
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
It's the most terrible time of the year. And what time is that? It's election season.
How you vote on every election day.
I mean, the home stretch. We are a mere days away from picking who is going to be the next leader of the United States.
Then of course, the choice is yours. You can get with this or you can get with that.
And there's a lot to talk about. A lot.
Well, we're waiting.
So, let's get into it. The very topic that this channel was founded on.
Politics, 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 politics. Yes.
That's right, politics. Free mind thinkers started back when my brothers and I realized how truly devious the mainstream media is and how absolutely brain dead the bulk of the American public are, especially those who tend to lean or vote more liberal and progressive. So here we have it. It is election time here in Texas, and here early voting has started. I plan to do my thing, but I want to talk about a lot of the techniques and some of the things that you are seeing and that have ramped up as we get closer to election day. And a lot of that is there is a particular side, and when I say a particular side, let me just go ahead and be real. The left, the progressive, the Democrat side, they tend to exaggerate things. They don't give you proof of anything that they accuse. They just throw what they call trigger words out there. You know, extreme right, fascist. What's another good one? MAGA. For some reason, that's a terrible thing. Making America great again is a terrible thing. I want y'all to think about that later on. But that's what they throw out there. Oh, I forgot this one. Supremacist, misogynist. They use trigger words but don't explain how the opposing ideology is any of those things. I guess what I'm going to do is start at the beginning. And that is this. Vote for whomever you want, but vote wisely.
You must choose, but choose wisely.
I don't care if you vote red. I don't care if you vote blue. I don't care if you vote green, pink, or lavender. But when you cast that vote, do it because it is what is best in your opinion for you.
Yeah, that was it. That's it.
I mean that. I genuinely mean that. I don't mean vote because they're blue or vote because they're red. No.
Not a great plan.
That has never been my belief. Okay, I take back the never been. There was a time that I was just a dyed in blue Democrat.
You serious?
But then I had a common sense awakening.
Have you seen the light? Yes! Yes! Jesus H. Goddamn Christ! I have seen the light!
To that end, it's where my brothers and I, that's where we are. We don't do vote blue no matter who. We don't do vote red until you're dead.
Hell no, to the no, no, no.
We believe in the best policy gets the vote from me.
Hell yeah, absolutely.
A lot of people vote for folks that have a big name or that have been there forever. And you need to ask yourself, what have they done lately?
What have you done for me lately?
Not what did they do 10, 20 years ago. No. What have you done lately? Don't do the Democrat or Republican thing. Voting because they're Democrat or Republican. Voting because they have a letter next to their name, a D or an R. Look at their policies and see if you absolutely agree with them. And maybe absolutely is a bit too strong. Look at their policies and see if they mostly align with your values and your beliefs. That's all I ask for anybody to vote. Don't throw it away because you've always voted that way. No, that's what a lot of politicians lean on. And those politicians that lean on that are wrong. You see, a lot of politicians rest on their past achievements. They rest on their political party. They feel that they don't have to do anything more than have a big name, come out during election season, shake hands, kiss a few babies, go to a church that they'll never go to again and haven't been to before. That's it. And it shouldn't be that way. Both parties do it. But sadly, and this is just factual, that the left does it a lot more. It's something that Malcolm X even said back in the 60s.
In this crooked game of power politics here in America, the Negro, namely the race problem, integration, civil rights issue, are all nothing but tools used by the whites who call themselves liberals against another group of whites who call themselves conservatives, either to get into power or to retain power. Among whites here in America, the political teams are no longer divided into Democrats and Republicans. The whites who are now struggling for control of the American political throne are divided into liberal and conservative camps. The white liberals from both parties cross party lines to work together toward the same goal. And white conservatives from both parties do likewise. The white liberal differs from the white conservative only in one way. The liberal is more deceitful, more hypocritical than the conservative. Both want power, but the white liberal is the one who has perfected the art of posing as the Negro's friend and benefactor. And by winning the friendship and support of the Negro, the white liberal is able to use the Negro as a pawn or a weapon in this political football game that is constantly raging between the white liberals and the white conservatives.
There is a difference in that. Check what he said, that both parties want to use you for political gains, but one of them is honest about it.
There are many whites who are trying to solve the problem, but you never see them going under the label of liberals. That white person that you see calling himself a liberal is the most dangerous thing in the entire Western Hemisphere. He's the most deceitful. He's like a fox. And a fox is always more dangerous in the forest than the wolf. You can see the wolf coming. You know what he's up to. But the fox will fool you. He comes at you with his mouth shaped in such a way that even though you see his teeth, you think he's smiling and you take him for a friend.